From the first bout to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron Loves Wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron Loves Wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no war, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron Loves Wrestling. Fire, one world, one voice, taking us higher. ALWA, Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event under the neon lights. The NXT has the rising stars, the future is looking pretty bright. Dreams get built in every fight, from Wednesday Night Dynamite to Saturday Night Collision. New Japan battles, hearts on fire, from the Tokyo Dome to Arena, Mexico. In every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give away to AAW, every New Japan pride. Line on the way, AWA on the road. Different letters with the same love and passion pounding in us all. Aaron Loves Wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters, from the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound, when the entrance hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron Loves Wrestling, side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. Hangman doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business, bringing out the passion in us all. Okada is the rainmaker, the money rains down with every title reign. Cena's never giving up the fight. Fear strikes in the heart of man when Undertaker appears. Sting is the vigilante that every villain fears. Legends will always be remembered, they never retire in our hearts. They will live on forever. From Flair to Michaels, from Hogan to Cena, from Omega's rise to acknowledging Reigns. Different paths but the same damn ring, same damn love for professional wrestling. Say it loud, I love wrestling. Say it proud, I love wrestling. No hate, no tribalism, just love for the business until the end of time.
No rewardos on your chest. If you love this business, then you're the best. No keyboard warriors, no hate, no lies. Just respect when the warriors rise. From the curtain rise to the final pin, we all are chasing that moment when the bell rings. It's more than title belts, it's more than glory. It's our love for professional wrestling in every story. So pull your hearts up, it's all one love. Every fan's got a place, from every city to every nation. We're united by a love for professional wrestling. Aaron Loves Wrestling. Hear the crowd with every chant, every heartbeat, and with every tap. Aaron Loves Wrestling. This is our life. From the rise of a hero to the falling of wrestling. From the
American cowboy will always ride for this. From the first bell to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! 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 From the first bell to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from dusty roads to bright marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no war, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. Fire, one world, one voice.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Aaron Love's Wrestling Podcast, and I'm Dr. Love himself. Hey, Aaron. I'm here to discuss TNA Wrestling. Forgive the little hiccup in the beginning. I'm not sure what happened, but glad for everyone to join. This is the TNA Impact review. Just finished watching it. That's why I'm just a tad bit late. Plus, we got a little winter storm here down in the south, so keep us in prayer for that and everybody else involved. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Woo Energy. That's right, Woo Energy. I love Woo Energy. Is a great drink for your energy take. It's a great for energy. Uses that mushroom blend, and it's got 150 milligrams of caffeine, only 30 calories per can, and sugar is like 6 grams. And you can't go wrong with this. I love Woo Energy. I've been drinking it past couple weeks now, and I love it. If you want to get yourself a case, especially you want to get yourself a case at a cheaper price, use the promo code Dr. Love in all caps, Dr. DRLOVE, DRLOVE in all caps. Use that promo code to get 20% off your purchase. I highly recommend getting the variety case because you get a variety of different blends. You got the dragon fruit here, you got the pineapple berry, you got the strawberry banana, and you got the lemon. And my personal favorite is strawberry banana, but I also love the pineapple berry. Those are my top two. But I like the dragon fruit and lemon as well. So get yourself some Woo Energy. It is a fantastic drink. It is, yes, from Ric Flair. Woo! And I highly recommend it. The website's in the description below, so click on that link and go use the promo code Dr. Love, capital DRLOVE, and get 20% off your purchase. Also, get yourself a case of iDrink. That's right, that can right there. That's iDrink with the Q. Get yourself a case of that. That is your energy intake with no caffeine. If you don't if you're trying to eliminate your caffeine intake, then get yourself a case of iDrink. iDrinkWithTheQ.com and get yourself a case of that. You got no promo code for that one, but go get yourself a case. It is a great source of energy without the caffeine. So highly recommend it. Also get yourself some Prince Nana coffee. Click the link below. Aaron loves wrestling. And get yourself some delicious Prince Nana coffee. So after all of that, let's get into this review. I love this week's TNA. It was way better than last week. TNA Genesis kind of saved last week's debut. Because last week's debut, let's be honest. So I gave a review on it last week. And it was a good show. It was okay. I gave it a C plus, and I still stand by that. But it could have been better. It could have been way better. There's a lot of things I would have done differently. Moose went online and kind of defended TNA, especially against one certain guy from New York, that name I will not mention. And Moose defended, and there were things that he said about people like me who have a podcast basically can't criticize the show. And I just respectfully disagree. I love Moose, big fan of Moose, but I respectfully disagree. More than the performers can criticize the show. We can voice our criticism. Now, there's a, I would say, respectful way and a disrespectful way to do so. You can respectfully give criticism without the name calling, without putting not only people down or the company, and you can do it in a respectful way to where, like, yeah, I'll do this differently. And that's what I try to do here with each wrestling show. Give a respectful criticism or praise to a wrestling show. I'm not here to put anyone down who disagrees with me, block anyone who disagrees with me. I'm not here to put anyone down who thinks the show was great or who thought it was horrible and I thought it was great. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to share a positive podcast and a review of each show, whether it be TNA, NWA Power, AEW, WWE, doesn't matter. I'm going to give a positive, respectful criticism of anything if I do criticize it. And that's what I did last week, because I'm not here to spread more negativity. I'm not here to spread more hate. I'm not here to spread none of that. I'm here to spread the positivity and love and respect in the wrestling community, because there is too much of the hateful, negative, disrespectful crowd out there who want to put you down for thinking something's good or call something garbage when it's not. Maybe something that you didn't like was bad or garbage, but not the entirety of the show or the company. Maybe one segment, I came out flat out and said I did not enjoy the Elegance brand segment last week. I do not enjoy the Elegance brand segments at all. I enjoyed the team with the three girls, but as far as adding in Mr. Elegance, especially when they tried to sell us that they got somebody in shape like that in 1 week, when I know for a fact, especially someone like me as a personal trainer, that is not humanly possible whatsoever, that is when the criticisms come out, when you do goofy stuff like that and unrealistic stuff like that. And that's why we, some of us guys who are girls in the podcast, doing this podcast thing and content creator thing, and we come on here and we voice that, like, well, why was this on the show? How are you going to insult my intelligence by saying something like this or doing something like that? And that's where we come on here. Some are more far negative than others, and that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to hate on TNA. I'm not here to crap on TNA. TNA's got a long way to go to reach the number 2 wrestling promotion. If they really want to get there, they're really going to have to work hard, be consistent, and seriously sign some long-term players to the company instead of short-term contracts. Looks like Bear Bronson is now with the company after being a part of this, after joining the system on Thursday night on Impact. So let's sign some more wrestlers, men and women, who are going to invest in the company long term to help the company move up and become a third competitor in this wrestling war, I guess you could say. Because right now it's just between WWE and AEW, and far as I can tell, TNA has become just a NXT 3.0 or a Team WWE. I want TNA to become TNA. I want TNA to stick to their name, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. One thing I love about AEW is called All Elite Wrestling. And although many people hate on it, but in the end, they live up to their name. They live up to their identity. That is why they have so many wrestling matches. That's why their wrestling is so intense. That's why their wrestling matches can go 15 to 30 minutes or even longer, because that's what their name is. That's what their identity is, All Elite Wrestling. They're not here to give you a 5-10 minute match, although there have been some in the company. I'm not saying there hasn't, but more so their message and their identity is All Elite Wrestling, which means we're going to put on a show of professional wrestling. We're not here to talk, although they have some segments and promos, but they're here to give you a wrestling show. I mean, people criticize that. But for fans like me, and there are many others out there that love to watch AEW because of what they live up to is All Elite Wrestling. And that's what I want TNA to live up to. I want TNA to live up to that name, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. That's what it stands for. Let's stick to that. And as far as Thursday goes, sorry, not tonight, as far as Thursday goes, they gave me a little bit more of that. They had one more wrestling match than last week. A couple of their matches went longer than last week. That is what I want to see with TNA. They could add another match on this show, and I've been great. But I like the matches that I got. It was definitely better than the advertised 2 matches that they had before. They must have announced some late matches before I went into work, because I had to work that evening. So when I see this with TNA, not only with the matches that had some story in it, like Moose and Alexander at the beginning. Moose versus Cedric Alexander in the beginning tied into the ending, and I loved that. It began with the story, and then it ended with the story. Moose and Cedric Alexander. Moose defeated Cedric Alexander. Or Cedric Alexander defeated Moose, sorry. Cedric Alexander defeated Moose. So with that, in the end, it was kind of giving you a a glimpse in the future, so to say, later on in the show. Cedric Alexander was the new member of the system, and also so was Bear Bronson. And I like that. Cedric Alexander Moose's match went about 10 minutes long, roughly, about 10 minutes, and that's good. Not a bad match, especially not a bad match to start the show. Solid match, in my opinion. Give it a good 7 out of 10. Both of the guys sold in the ring and gave us a good match, and it tied in with the story. So I love that. I enjoyed that with the beginning of this match. And it tied in again with the show later and the ending. That's what I want TNA to keep doing, and to keep putting on more wrestling matches, not less. I am paid to watch a wrestling show. I tune in to watch a wrestling show, and that's what I want to see. And that's what I got. So hopefully next week they can continue with this momentum, because if they continue with this momentum, they had 173,000 viewers last week on the debut show. They probably lost quite a few due to the poor show. If some of those viewers came back for TNA Genesis, along with the hardcore fan base of TNA, you probably kept some because TNA Genesis saved the debut show last week. And then now you have Thursday show of TNA Impact, and they delivered with a solid show. So I'm ready for next week's show. I'm ready for next Thursday. Again, I have to work, so no watch along for that one. But I'll give a review later on in the week. But TNA was a solid show this past week, way better than last week's show. They definitely listened to a lot of the criticism. Because one of the criticisms I heard on Jim Cornette's podcast, he talked about the camera angle in the parking lot that showed a lot of empty parking spots instead of getting a camera angle of the crowd entering the arena. TNA followed up on that, and they delivered on that. So they listened to that criticism. There was some other criticism out there about the lack of wrestling on the show. They added one more match. There was they adjusted to a lot of the criticism that they heard online by a lot of podcasters out there and those who reviewed the show, especially ones like Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette and a few others, because they want to get better and they want people to give them good reviews and attract more fans. And that is one thing I respect, is that they listened to that and they changed things. So I respect that. I do respect that. So with that being said, let's get on with this show. Again, I already said Cedric Alexander and Moose had a solid 10-minute match, and they delivered great with an opening to the show to kick off the show, and I loved it. Cedric and Moose are great and talented wrestlers, and Cedric Alexander, I love him, and I hope he gets the push. I'd love to see him as TNA International X Division Champion or even a future TNA World Champion. I think he's ready for that. And we need some of these fresh faces like this in TNA to give that TNA some identity, to give them that identity just like they used to back in the day when they had the young stars such as AJ Styles and James Storm and many others that they focused on until, who took over, and then it changed. But TNA delivered with this with the show on Thursday with this match. And if they deliver by investing into some of the younger talent, especially signing some of these independent wrestlers to give them a chance on television and to give them a chance in the rest on TNA, then they will have an identity, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, and they can put on solid wrestling matches and have a solid roster, new faces for people to invest in. And that is what I would like TNA to do. So so Cedric Alexander and Moose gave us a solid opening match. And Alexander, again, he's the future of the business, especially with TNA. So I like that. And if you watch this show and you get several commercial breaks, if you're watching on AMC, I highly recommend you stop watching on AMC and go watch on the TNA Plus app. Why? Because it's less ad breaks. You get to watch the match in between the commercial breaks that it shows on AMC, just like you would a VPN when you're watching a WWE or AEW show. You get to watch the match while the commercials or advertisements are airing. So I highly recommend that if you want to watch with less ad breaks and commercial breaks, watch it on TNA Plus. Yeah, better experience in my opinion. Yes, TNA needs to get the viewership and the ratings on the cable network. I get it, but if they really want to, then there needs to be less commercials, because I saw a lot of complaints about too many commercial and ad breaks on TNA Impact 2 weeks in a row, because they were watching on AMC. And again, if you're watching on TNA Plus, then you won't get that. So if they're going to count some of these viewers watching, count the ones who are watching on TNA Plus. Release those numbers as well as the AMC numbers, so you can get a good, accurate ratings of your shows each week, and then you can see, oh, hey, we're seeing some progress. Let's keep going. And then they can keep building that momentum. So after the commercial break, had Mike Santana, the TNA World Champion, come out, and he gave a great promo in the ring, saying that he lost the title, you know, shortly after he won it the first time, and then he clawed and worked his way back up to the top, and he's now the TNA champ again. And he shared a voicemail of his dad that passed away, that Mike Santana's dad told him in the voicemail that he deserved to be at the top. And so after that, he had the crowd chant, "You deserve it." And then Santana said that he deserves, thanked everybody for supporting him, and said that he deserves to be here and be at the top. And gave a good little promo and no interference, which great decision. No interference to ruin the moment. And everyone got the moment with TNA, or the TNA World Champ, Mike Santana, giving a good, positive promo. And he is the face of TNA right now. He is the champ of TNA, and he's going to carry TNA, and he's going to help elevate TNA, in my opinion. I just hope he sticks around and doesn't go to WWE just yet. I know it's a lot of people's hopes and dreams, but just stick around with TNA longer and help them elevate and help them get better and help them to be established so they can hire or sign new wrestlers, and then they can take your spot, and then you can go and move on to WWE. That's all I got to say. So then we had the Indi Hartwell and M By Elegance match. This was also a good 10-minute match, and not a bad match by the ladies. I give a good 4.5 out of 10. It was a good match, but I'm just not sold on some of the Elegance brand gimmick, really. It's just not my cup of tea. Doesn't mean that it's garbage or anything, and I'm not going to disrespect them and their work. It's just not what I'm invested in. It's not what I'm interested in. I love Indi Hartwell, and I'm interested in her. She she won this match, but shortly after she won this match, it was short celebrated because you had the Elegance brand attack her after the match, and it looks like Ash by Elegance might be good to go again because she got a little physical on this and after this. And so the big question mark, is she going to return and return to the ring soon? So that'd be great, and I would be happy because I hate when I see a wrestler go down and they can't do what they love anymore. So I'm really hoping that we get to see her back in there. Next, we had the Feast or Fired match, and that went a good almost 10 minutes, or 9 minutes. It was a little over 8 minutes long. And one thing I wanted to point out was Trey Miguel returning. And TNA later revealed that he is officially signed with TNA Impact again. After the whole controversy last week with AEW, the Rascal signing, and the Trey Miguel wasn't involved because someone up in Warner Brothers Discovery has their feelings hurt of a post that was shared about 7 or 8 years ago, and they want Trey Miguel in the company, the same old Jay Briscoe treatment that they're giving. And I really hate it, and I really hate this whole stupid cancel culture crap just because you get your feelings hurt. I'm sorry, but I get my feelings hurt too sometimes because there's wrestlers that share opinions that I disagree with. I don't really get my feelings hurt. I just may disagree with their opinion or their or their decisions. It doesn't mean I'm going to scream online or demand that they lose their job and stop doing what they love to do all because of me. And the same thing with this head. If the sources are true with this, okay. If the sources are true, these are sources that are coming out online, and there's a couple of different stories, and this one is one of them. There's another one of there was another one going around of something else, but this one was reported that somebody up in top at Warner Brothers Discovery did not want Trey Miguel there because of a post or a comment he said about 7 or 8 years ago. I didn't even read the post or comment. It's probably deleted and lost. I don't know. But it's something he said years ago, and supposedly people can't forgive or let go anymore because what we have the Hulk Hogan situation, something he said 20 plus years ago, and people still had to lose their minds on that. And when he passed away last year, God rest his soul, then people were so disrespectful. I had to block some of them because of the disrespectful comments and heartless comments that were said about Hulk Hogan, and then many others. And it's just, why are you going to demand someone lose their job because they have a different opinion or belief or lifestyle than you? I don't understand it. I'm not going to do that because I disagree with someone's lifestyle or belief or what they said. It's their opinion. That's what's called freedom of speech. And that's what's called freedom. You can express yourself, and if I disagree, we come to agree to disagree conclusion, and then we just move on with our lives. Because you're still going to do you, I'm still going to do me. So let's have respect for one another and continue living on. Trey Miguel could be in AEW right now with the Rascals. Had the individual who did not want him there in AEW play the political card and basically say, no, he ain't joining. So now he's got his brothers, basically, his best friends all over there under contract. Nothing he or they can do. It is what it is. So now he's in TNA. So I'm hoping TNA really capitalizes on this and really pushes Trey Miguel to the top. And give him the flowers he deserves, especially after this treatment that he just received. And I hope he even gets a WWE contract, and he goes to WWE and he gets pushed over there as well in a singles competition, and he becomes a North American champion or NXT champion or United States champion or Continental champion. I mean, or if he really elevates and gets to the top and he really sells himself and he really develops and he gets to the top where he's WWE world champion or TNA world champion, that to be exact, then good, even better. Now, saying none of that's going to happen. I'm just saying it could. But I definitely hope TNA pushes him and definitely heavily work on making sure he, like, hey, we want you here, we respect you, we love you, so that way he doesn't leave again. Because the treatment that he got with AEW, Warner Brothers Discovery, and if Warner Brothers Discovery still is going to meddle with who Tony Khan tries to sign, then screw him and then go to another cable network, go to another streaming network. And I hope Tony Khan does that. This whole playing nice, we have a great partnership. Well, it's not a great partnership. It's when they kick talent out because their feelings are hurt. I'm sorry. Not sorry. So those are my thoughts on that. But I'm glad to see Trey Miguel is back. I'm glad that he's in TNA. And many fans are like, oh, I thought he was taking a break. Well, a break's a break. When I take a week off of work, I take a break. So he took a week off. He took a break. That's a break. A break doesn't have to be 3 to 6 months or a year. And he said he was going to take a break because he probably thought of some contract issue was going to happen, or nobody was willing to sign him, especially TNA, after they jumped ship over to AEW. And then TNA's like, nah, bro, we want you back. So he signed a contract. Now he's back. And I'm glad. So Trey Miguel, if you ever watch this, I don't know the real situation of why you didn't get hired in AEW. If really is that because somebody higher up in Warner Brothers Discovery didn't want you there, I'm sorry, brother, but you're doing great in TNA, and I hope to see you pushed in TNA and also later on in WWE. Because Warner Brothers Discovery is going to do that to screw them. Not so much AEW or Tony Khan, because it's something out of their control, really. When I really thought it was AEW's company and or Tony Khan's company and not Warner Brothers Discovery, but I guess he's got to please the network, and if the network's going to treat him like that, and he can't sign whoever he wants to sign, then screw him and go elsewhere. But I'm glad Trey Miguel's back in wrestling and doing what he loves, and I'm glad he's in TNA, and I hope he really gets pushed and thrives there. And he's one of the ones in the Feast and Fire match. He grabbed a briefcase, so did Eric Young and Steve Macklin and Eddie Edwards. Again, this one about a little over 8 minutes long. So hopefully, I'm wondering who got the fire briefcase. And whoever got the fire briefcase, I wonder if this means that they're gone from TNA and maybe they go to AEW or WWE. So we'll find out what that here shortly. But Trey McGill, Eric Young, Steve Macklin, and Eddie Edwards all grabbed briefcases. And Eddie Edwards grabbed it first, and Steve Macklin. And then you had Trey McGill and Eric Young were the last two to grab the cases. So again, this was this was a really good match, and the Feast or Fired match is a pretty interesting match stipulation. So if you're not too familiar with it, basically whoever grabs a briefcase, you get a feast one, and then or you get the fired. And if you get the fired one, well, guess what? You're fired. So that's really good. And let me see the feast. What does that mean for the? Let me look at these rules because I know the fired one. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, different briefcases. Wrestlers can clean a briefcase and they ring. They grab the briefcase and both feet touch the floor. They win. Let's see stipulations. One of the cases hold a contract for a TNA World Championship match, and then one holds a contract for an X Division Championship match. One for TNA World Tag Team, but probably in this case TNA International Championship, and then the last one is the pink slip, which the wrestler is fired. So 3, and I think probably. I would say maybe Steve Macklin is the one that grabbed the World Championship, TNA World Championship briefcase. Eddie Edwards grabbed the TNA International briefcase, and then Trey McGill grabbed the X Division. Eric Young probably got the fired one. That's what I'm going to call. Those are my predictions. So then after that, we also get the main event, which was a really good match between Jeff Hardy and Mustafa Ali. This is the main event at the end of the show. But the main event match had Jeff Hardy versus Mustafa Ali, which went about 15 minutes long, 15 and a half minutes. And I loved that. It was a great way to have a great match to end the show. Not end the show, but what great main event. And Jeff Hardy can still go at his age, and I hope he doesn't have serious injuries. They reported him having some serious injuries with his, I think some disc or his shoulders or something. So I hope it's not too serious. But he had a great match with Mustafa Ali, and Mustafa Ali, bro, don't sleep on Mustafa Ali. I really do believe Mustafa Ali can be a future TNA World Champion and be the face of the company as well. I mean, having him and Mike Santana really feud over that TNA World title would be a great feud. Of course, we can build to get there. It doesn't have to be right off the bat, but eventually later on, because Mustafa Ali is really great. Great in the ring, great promo. So I really love Mustafa Ali. But again, Jeff Hardy had a great Mustafa Ali and Jeff Hardy had a great match in the main event, 15 minutes. Jeff Hardy came out on top, defeated Mustafa Ali. Then after the match shows the Righteous. I look still watching Jeff Hardy's match, so it looks like the Hardys and the Righteous are not done yet. Which I would like to see the Righteous eventually win and become TNA World Tag Team Champion. Excuse me, moi. TNA World Tag Team Champions because they deserve it, and I really would like for them to get their push. And I love the Righteous, I really do. So then after that, we had the last segment, which was the system selecting the new member. So the system selected their new members, and we had a heel turn with the system. The system turned on Moose and JDC, which I wonder if this means JDC is really done. I really do. I wonder if that was just part of the story. I wonder if him and Moose are going to go after the system, maybe get 2 extra guys and go after the system. I'm curious. We had Bear Bronson revealed as the new member, and then Cedric Alexander revealed. And then they turned on Moose and JDC to end the show, and Alicia Edwards was not happy. So it looks like she might be joining their group, maybe the sides of Moose and JDC. She wasn't choosing her husband's side. So in the end, with the new system, you had Brian Myers, Bear Bronson, Cedric Alexander, and Eddie Edwards stand tall in the ring, and then you had JDC and Moose down after the attack, and Alicia Edwards showing some real concern towards Moose and JDC. So some drama, and we'll get at a good story, good way to end the show, good cliffhanger, and then next week we'll get to see how this plays out. So again, this week with TNA was a way better show than last week. So I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the show on Thursday, and I can't wait for next week. I really can't. It's gonna if they keep doing this and keep doing TNA this way and keep building up, the feuds and everything like that, then TNA is going to grow, and they're going to gain numbers and ratings, and they're going to get more fans in the seats, and then they're going to be able to have more money and sign some long-term players. So I'm really happy with this. Really happy that TNA really had a better show, and they really listened to a lot of the criticism out there instead of saying, hey, screw off, we're doing what we're doing. They listened, like, all right, let's change this, let's change that, let's get this, get this all worked out, let's get the kinks fixed, and then they delivered. And they definitely delivered at TNA Genesis. TNA Genesis was a great pay-per-view. I was finally able to fully rewatch it. It was a really good show. Some great wrestling matches, especially the tag team match with the Hardys and the Righteous. That was a good match. Wasn't too thrilled on the ending with the Texas Death Match. It was a good match, but with the Texas Death Match and a stipulation like that, you really need some blood. You don't need, and someone said they saw blood. I rewatched that match about 2 or 3 times. Maybe somebody had a little cut, but I didn't really see a lot of blood. Mike Santana had his face paint on with some red, and maybe that's what they saw, but there wasn't really any blood, hardly. So there needs to be some blood. AEW does Texas Death Matches way better than anybody in the game today. Just saying. But not too bad of a match. It was all right. I gave it a C+ because it was it was good, but for a Texas Death Match, it didn't deliver as a Texas Death Match should. So, but again, solid TNA shows past two. With the TNA Genesis and this past Thursday show, the debut, not so much, but they really bounced back, and hopefully they keep that momentum going. And if so, they'll start getting more ratings and more butts in the seats and the fans. So they had about, I think, 1,500 this past Thursday. So, a little bit of a drop from the debut show of 3,000, which is expected because the debut is always going to deliver big with the ratings and the fan attendance, because everybody's want to, had they had a better debut, I would think they would be able to consistently bring back between 2,000 and 3,000 fans and have around 170, probably 200,000 viewers this week. But since they gave a bad taste in everybody's mouth, now a lot of people came back to watch TNA, and now that's what you got. So hopefully they can come back, and hopefully with the good reviews like this and sharing positivity towards TNA and attention towards TNA, maybe we will see the ratings and fan attendance go up. Again, TNA is a long way for number 2. AEW is still the number 2 show. If you're a WWE fan or AEW hater or whatever, to say that TNA is the number 2 company, you're fooling yourself, and you're just talking out your butt, because that's not true. It's nowhere near true. AEW is still the number 2 promotion, whether you like it or not. And TNA's got a long way to go. Can TNA give AEW some competition if they really work hard and really bounce back from a lot of the hiccups lately? They really can. What happened? We'll see. I don't know. But TNA is a solid show. Appreciate everybody watching. Let's check the comments. Oh, Panhead Chris said, just finished TNA. Very good this week. Yep, I just finished tonight as well. So I'm with you on that. With Jeff Hardy in the main event was so good. It was too sweet. And you gotta love TNA Plus. I do. Again, if you are watching on AMC and you're tired of the ad breaks and commercial breaks, I highly recommend you watch on TNA Plus. You get to watch the match during the ad and commercial breaks that are going on at AMC. So you get to keep watching the wrestling. So, with that being said, love all y'all. Appreciate all y'all. Remember, everyone, love professional wrestling. And I will see you tomorrow night, because I'm going to review Raw and SmackDown, and then Sunday night I will review Dynamite and Collision, and then I'll squeeze in Saturday night's main event as well at some point. Appreciate it, everybody. Love y'all. Have a blessed night.
From the first battle to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. One world, one voice, taking us higher. Monday night Raw to Friday night SmackDown, Saturday night main event under the neon lights. And NXT has the rising stars. The future is looking pretty bright. Dreams get built in every fight. From Wednesday night Dynamite to Saturday night Collision, New Japan battles, hearts on fire. From the Tokyo Dome to Reno, Mexico, in every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give away to AAW, every New Japan pride. Line on the way, AWA on the rise. Different letters but the same love and passion pounding in us all. Aaron loves wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters. From the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound. When the entrance hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron loves wrestling. Side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. And man doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business, bringing out the passion in us all. Okada is the rainmaker, the money rains down with every title reign. Cena's never giving up the fight. Fear strikes in the heart of man when Undertaker appears. Sting is the vigilante that every villain fears. Legends will always be remembered, they never retire in our hearts. They will live on forever. From Flair to Michaels, from Hogan to Cena, from Omega's rise to acknowledging reigns. Different paths but the same damn ring, same damn love for professional wrestling. Say it loud, I love wrestling. Say it proud, I love wrestling. No hate, no tribalism, just love for the business until the end of time.
You know the war goes on your chest. If you love this business, then you're the best. No keyboard warriors, no hate, no lies. Just respect when the warriors rise. From the curtain rise to the final pin, we all are chasing that moment when the bell rings. It's more than title belts, it's more than glory. It's our love for professional wrestling in every story. So pull your hearts up, it's all one love. Every fan's got a place. From every city to every nation, we're united by a love for professional wrestling. Aaron loves wrestling. Hear the crowd with every chant, every heartbeat, and with every tear. Aaron loves wrestling. This is our life. From the rise of a hero to the falling of wrestling. From the open The American cowboy will always ride for this. Dr. Love will always share the love of professional wrestling. For every ring, every wrestler and every fan, one word, one passion, one truth that I'm confessing.